Hello and welcome into this RNN News Break right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button. We're currently in our hashtag Race to 1K. The quicker we get to 1,000 subscribers, the quicker YouTube will let us do mobile live streaming, which will vastly improve both the quality and quantity of coverage we're able to give you from the track this season, starting at New Smyrna and Daytona the first weekend of February. We don't have much longer left to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark before we get to those races, but I have faith in you that we can get to that point. And if it's not before those races, we'll get there as quickly as we can, and we'll start giving you those live streams from the track as quickly as we possibly can. But if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you need to. And while you're there, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything going forward from RNN. On today's RNN News Break, we've had a couple of Venturini Motorsports announcements for this season. Firstly, the big news coming from yesterday. Corey Heim will be the newest full-time driver for Venturini Motorsports this season, driving the number 20 JBL Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. That's a bit of a change from past seasons, given that the 20 car has been the car that got split between the part-timers, but this year it will be the full-time car for Corey Heim. Great to see that. Corey Heim is definitely a very hot commodity on the ARCA side of things right now after winning at Kansas to end the season and really showing in what was a very limited schedule for 2020 and an even more limited schedule than I think what it was supposed to be. He really showed that he was ready for this full-time opportunity, and I think will show that he is definitely a championship contender this season. The other announcement coming from Venturini Motorsports today, actually just a few minutes ago before I recorded this, is that Drew Dollar will be back in the number 15 car on a limited schedule this season. 13 races for Drew Dollar in the 15 car this season. Not sure who will fill out those other 7 races. My money would be on Jesse Love, but I don't know for sure there, so we'll see what happens with the announcements coming forward with that. But like I said, I would imagine it will probably be Jesse Love, but we'll see what happens with those in the coming days, as Venturini now seems to be churning out these announcements very quickly. We caught up with Corey Heim today to talk about this new full-time ride for him and his expectations for this season. So without further ado, let's head over to that chat and see what Corey thinks about his chances this year in a full-time ride. And we're now joined by the newest full-time driver for Venturini Motorsports in 2021, Corey Heim. Corey, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. So let's talk about that. Obviously, that's the big news that came out yesterday. So full-time in the 20 car for Venturini Motorsports this season. Tell us about that. Tell us about your expectations for this season and what that means to you to be able to have a full-time ride now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I have pretty big expectations going into this year. There's a lot of smart guys walking around this building, and we set the bar pretty high, just because this is a very successful team in past years, and last year and the year before were very good years for Venturini. So, and I got Shannon Rush as my crew chief as well, and he's a really smart guy, a very determined guy. So I'm really looking forward to it, and we definitely set the bar high.
So what does that kind of stability mean for you now? Two seasons now before this in ARCA with 2 different teams. What does it mean, A, to be able to stick with the same team now for a second year in a row, and B, to be able to have that full-time opportunity now that you haven't had in years past?
Yeah, I mean, I think the decision per se was pretty easy to stick with Venturini just because, we had really fast race cars last year. I feel like we could have finished inside the top 3 on almost all of our starts if we hadn't run into some bad luck in some of the races. So, sticking with Venturini was a no-brainer, and Toyota Racing treats me very well. Everyone in that program just wants to make you better, and they're all there for you. So I really like that, and I think we're going to grow together.
So did this decision come about from Kansas? Was Kansas the reason that this happened, or were you having talks for this before Kansas happened?
I don't know if Kansas was the determining factor of that, but I don't think it hurt much, to go out there and bring the same team back, bring the same car back, not the exact same chassis, but same team, and go out there and win the race was really big for me and my career, I feel like, and it really gave me a good confidence boost going into next year.
So what race are you most looking forward to now this year that maybe you haven't been able to compete at in the past?
Um, I'm really looking forward to a couple of the super speedways, Daytona and Talladega, just a new form of racing. I have, zero experience on plate tracks, but I'm also looking forward to the road courses. I've never been on a road course in a stock car. I used to do some Legends car racing on road courses, but for the most part, I've pretty much no road course experience either. But I think it fits my driving style a little bit, even though I haven't really done it before. I feel like just throttle conservation, and you got to conserve tires, and there's a lot of unique factors in the road course racing compared to asphalt. So I'm really looking forward to super speedways and road courses.
All right. Well, that's Corey Heim, the newest full-time driver for Venturini Motorsports this season in the 20 car. Corey, thanks for joining us today, and good luck this season. I'm sure we'll be talking to you a bunch this year.
I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
And we want to thank Corey once again for joining us today. Always a pleasure talking to him and getting his thoughts on this upcoming season. I'm sure we'll be talking to him a lot more this season from Victory Lane as he looks to pick up that ARCA championship this season. So congratulations to both he and Drew Dollar for picking up their rides with Venturini Motorsports this season. Eventually, at some point before we get to the first race of the season, we'll put together a whole silly season list for ARCA in a video so you know exactly who falls where, because I know we've dropped the ball a little bit and haven't done a video for every announcement that has been made over the off season. That's my fault. I apologize for that, but we will catch you up before the season starts as to who's in what rides. But I think that's going to about do it. So thank you as always to our Patreon supporter, Regional Manager William Holmes. Thank you as always for your support. If you would like to be a patron of RNN, the link is down below in the description, patreon.com/racingnewsnow. But I think that's going to just about do it for this one. So thank you as always for joining me. Tune in tonight for our iRacing stream. We're going to be racing Christian Eckes live tonight on iRacing. Probably going to get schooled on that one, but it'll be fun to watch nonetheless. So come out, hang out with us, watch me race him, and then we'll have a race with viewers as well, viewers and fans. So come on out for that and race with us near the end of the stream tonight. It'll be a fun one tonight. And then, of course, NASCAR Heat stream coming up tomorrow night as well. But that's going to about do it. So at that, this has been an RNN News Break. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.